Welcome everyone to What's Cooking? I'm Izar Tourdieu. This is our very first show. Before we go on, Chef Humberto is going to be joining us. He is bringing 20 years of experience in the kitchen cooking Italian food from our table to your table. Now, every week we hope to bring you many, many recipes, but for today, Chef, what's cooking?
We're going to start off with basic tomato sauces. First one, we're going to do a traditional everyday pomodoro sauce. In English, it's basically a tomato sauce without the meat, without the Sunday gravy. So we're going to get started with our basic ingredients.
Put me to work, my friend.
We're going to chop some onions.
Oh man, where's the makeup lady? Because I know what's going to happen now.
That's why I gave you the onions.
How do you need
Meantime, I'm going to take a shift without a basil.
Yeah, you got the easy part. How do you want these chopped, my friend?
We can do a fine dice with them.
A fine dice, okay. All right.
You know how long it takes you to fry.
All right, I'm going to do a fine dice. Let's see. Maybe these are the Vidalia onions that don't.
I got Spanish.
You're cruel, man. You want to see my makeup down the side of my face, or the front of my face, don't you? Okay, why onions, Bert? Why you know, I'm going to call you Bert because I've known Bert for such a long time. But Chef is what I should call you. But if I stray, you know, it's Bert because we're buddies, right?
Buddies, absolutely. Okay. We're using onions, first of all, for pomodoro sauce. It gives it that sweeter profile, the onions themselves, and it gives it a differentiation from. If we were using garlic in here, garlic is used on the next sauce that we're going to learn. So basically, this is an everyday sauce that my mom used to make. And basically, this show, what we're gearing it to, is to everyday house cooking. So you're not going to see any fancy things, really over-the-top things like we would do in the restaurant. We're going to try to make it as simple and use everyday ingredients so an everyday person at home could take what we do and do it in their own kitchen.
This is a healthy way of cooking. This is the shop on the outside of the supermarket aisles. Get your fresh ingredients, get what's in season, and with that you create not only great meals, but I don't want to say low budget meals, but just meals that are like comfort food meals.
Absolutely. And you know, you can basically add low budget too, because you're talking about one tomato.
Yeah.
$1.59 for a can of Sclafani tomatoes in the supermarket. An onion costs you what, $1.49 a pound for an onion?
It's going to cost you a lot more because of what's going on.
And then basic pasta. I mean, you get pasta on sale, it's $1 a pound. You feed a family of 4 with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in here. And as you see, we're starting to...
Don't set the place on fire there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll light our set on fire for the show. Okay. Now we're going to put in the onions. And it's a really, really complicated dish to do, and our basil.
Yeah, I'll bet. I'll bet. That's not what comfort food is all about. It can't be complicated. I'm going to turn this around so that... Sorry. I'm destroying the set. I'm sorry. Hold on.
This is a wooden spoon. You know how many times I got hit with this when I was younger?
My mother threatened. I don't think she ever came through with it, but she did threaten. And you know what? My mother said just the other day, she said, I don't trust a cook who doesn't use a wooden spoon.
See, so I guess I got your mother's trust, right?
Well, it's true. It's true because my fiance now was cooking and he was actually making a very nice shrimp scampi, but he went for something metal. And my mother goes, get to the wood and the spoon.
Absolutely. You got to cook with the wood.
Yeah. And you know the really good ones that are hard to find because they're expensive here. But if you go to the little mercatinos in Italy, if you ever have a chance to go there, get the olive wood wooden spoons because there's just something about them. They're just so refined and so beautiful. So, but here they're expensive. Don't touch that dial. Plenty more What's Cooking coming up right after this. Okay, what next, Bert?
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take our crushed tomato.
Oh, good. Look at that.
Now what we used was 2 35-ounce crushed tomatoes. I'm going to let you in on our ingredient. We used half an onion. You saw Mizar beautifully chop and cry for us. We have 2 cans of Sclafani tomatoes here. I'm advertising for Sclafani. I didn't even know. That's a tomato I use every day. Every supermarket, you can pick it up. Actually, $1.49, $1.59 they go for. It's a great Jersey-grown tomato. Great product.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you would know because this is the kind of stuff you've been doing for such a long time.
Absolutely.
So it's beautiful. Look how thick it is. It's not runny or anything like that. It's beautiful.
No, it's not. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pour that into here.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right into there.
All right. Watch. Am I courageous enough to do that?
Yes, you are. And we'll cover it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, our next bowl we have, what I did was I cleaned out the cans, the 2 cans, with a little bit of water.
We use, well, you know what, I hate to say it because I got a little bit spoiled in my later years. We use filtered water. It takes everything out of the water, absolutely everything. Remineralizes it for good health, and the water is just, it's just so much healthier for you. And it tastes good, and it does not influence the taste of your food. So there's your water.
Okay, now we have the water with the leftover tomatoes.
Do you want me to put some of these in here too, or?
Yeah, might as well clean everything up. And the only 2 other ingredients that we're going to use for this sauce, salt and pepper, right? Now we have 2 cans, so we're going to use 4 pinches of salt.
A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. A quattro. Okay, I'll do the next one in Italian.
And 2 nice pinches of pepper.
Okay. Uno. You want me to cry again, huh? Or sneeze now?
Well, just
do
make
it.
sure you don't touch your face. Okay. Now what we do is, let me give Mizar a whisk. We'll incorporate that. Now you might be wondering, why am I doing this? Why did I just put it in? Well, I took the water. First of all, we're using up all of our ingredients, okay? So there's no waste. My house, it was waste not, want not. In my house always.
Us too.
So
Us too.
what she's doing here is she's diluting our spices into our water and tomato. So when it goes in, you're mixing it more evenly, and your flavor.
It's a good way to do it.
Absolutely.
It's a good way to do
Simple way to do it.
So that way it's already, you don't have to worry too much about infusing it in there. It's already incorporated. Makes sense. I never thought of that. I
And
learn
now,
something new every day.
I'm going to mix this up. Mizar, if you were here, you could already start to smell. The basic sauce.
Yes, it's
got
wonderful.
Nice flavor to it.
You know, do you have the tasting spoons here somewhere? We'll get to them.
Yeah, we'll get to the tasting spoons. But anyway, we have a basic tomato sauce that took us all of, what, 5 minutes to make?
Yeah.
You know, if you have your ingredients prepped up, mise en place, which is something I've always learned, have your stuff together, ready to go.
Mise en poste, mise en poste,
Mise
mise
en
en
poste,
place.
yeah.
It's French.
It's French, mise en place.
How about that? Yeah. Okay.
A place for everything, and everything has a place.
Right.
And basically, this is our pomodoro sauce.
This is good for a nice pasta for your kids, pizza sauces, lasagna sauce. You can use this. It's universal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just a basic everyday sauce, like I said.
All right, folks, in just a minute, please come back because we're going to make another terrific sauce with Chef Umberto here on What's Cooking. Welcome back to What's Cooking, everyone. I'm Mizar Tourdieu. This show brings you our comfort food recipes, the recipes our moms and grandmas made from our table to your table. Nothing else out there like it. Now, in the last segment, we made a wonderful basic sauce. Chef Umberto did that for us. You know, I'm sorry, but I have to taste it, right? Okay. Now that's a good sauce.
Right?
Oh, I'm going to wash it down with this. Listen.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, okay. Salute.
Salud.
Okay. Do you want to taste this too? You know what it tastes like. You already made it. There you go.
This was our everyday.
But you know what? You go to a restaurant, Italian restaurant, and they're going to put a price tag on something like this. It's astronomical. Again, it's comfort food. It's what we had when we were kids. It was great. The wooden. Can I double dip?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
What do you want to eat?
Okay.
And we haven't done anything to this. We haven't added the pasta pecorino romano, which enhances the taste even more.
Oh, bread is good with it too, let me tell you. Okay, what are we doing next? I'll move this.
Okay. Our next sauce that we're going to make is a marinara sauce.
Okay, now what's the difference?
Basic marinara sauce, we're using the plum tomatoes, which what we're going to do is, Mizar's going to help me out.
I'm afraid. Last time you had me crying.
You're going to go in and you're going to slightly break up all the tomatoes.
Oh, I get to mush.
You get to mush.
I get to mush.
Okay. What we do is we slightly break up the tomatoes, and the difference between this and our pomodoro sauce, it's a basic garlic, oil, salt, pepper, and basil sauce.
So we did onions first, and now we're doing garlic.
Now, why do we use the garlic? Garlic basically is marinara sauce. Marina means from the marine. You can use it for your seafood bases, which you'll see at a later date. We'll put these sauces to good use.
Okay, Chef Bert, cover me. I'm going in.
You're going in.
Yeah.
Be careful you don't splatter all over yourself.
What you gonna do? That's what you have a washing machine for. Okay, and what are you gonna do as
what
I do this?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some garlic, and I'm gonna chop up some garlic.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do another little Chiffonata basil.
You chiffonata over there. I'm mushing. It's a good thing I washed my hands. Yeah, it is. Good thing I washed my hands before. Oh, it's also kind of noisy. Here,
it makes all kinds of weird
You got the apron on, don't you?
Yeah,
I don't. I'm wearing white. Although my mother tells a story of an old lady in Italy, when she was back in Italy, who used to make homemade spaghetti. Now, there's flours, and homemade pasta, whatever. There was flour everywhere. You know, there's got to be flour here, there, whatever. This woman would make it wearing black.
Oh, my God.
And would come out wearing black.
Look like an I Love Lucy episode?
No, she was like so meticulous making the pasta that she just never got dirty.
That's great.
Yeah, my mother said we never could figure out how she did it. I said she had an extra change of clothes under the sink, I'm telling you. All right. How many cloves of garlic, Bert? Chef.
I like to put as much as possible. I'm probably going to use about 5 cloves. And this again, we have 2 35-ounce cans of plum tomatoes.
Well, they're not plum tomatoes anymore.
Yeah, well, they're going to have a little bit of chunk to it.
They're a mush.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. Any more? I mean, there's some rough ones here, and there's obviously some thinner ones. Do you want me to?
No, that's good.
Is
when
it?
we cook them up with the spoon, we'll break up anything else we need to break. We want it to have a little bit of a chunkiness to it.
And I was having so much fun.
Well, if you want to keep playing.
No. That's going to be on the little weirder side of weird. So.
Yeah.
Okay, you got your tomatoes. I'm going to grab your towel here.
There we go.
Okay.
I have my garlic cloves.
Nice garlic.
What I'm going to do is...
I love this. I've never learned to do this very well. Oh, you just smash it like that? You don't chop or dice or mince?
No, I'm going to dice them, but this right here makes it a lot easier to dice.
Well, not only that, but it sort of brings out the juices.
All the oils.
Yeah.
From the garlic. Now, once we got that set up, you want to dice too?
No, I like it when you do this because you do that little
I'm going to take this all up. And see, because of the little bit that I crushed them.
Yeah, it makes the dicing easy. It's like
a lot
you don't
easier
have to,
because you flattened it out. You're not fighting. And that's really all you need to do.
Okay.
All right, so now what we're going to do is our pan has been heating at a low heat. We're going to take our EVOO, extra virgin olive oil.
Is that what you call it now?
Yeah.
EVOO?
You know, I think somebody sabotaged this oil.
Maybe, but you know what though? It's like you're doing like text message olive oil.
Yep.
You know, like BRB, be right back. EVOO.
Okay, now we have our garlic.
Okay.
I'm going to toss it in. Now, we don't want to burn the garlic.
No, because it gets bitter, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So we're going to go back to our wooden spoon here that we used before.
I'm ready.
You can already start to smell. Okay.
Yeah.
The olive oil's cooking. And
I'm going to put these here for you.
that's very good.
Oh, look, I mushed all into the pecorino
That's
here.
all right. That's
right.
That's going to get mixed with the sauce anyway.
That's right. Well, I'm just going to eat it. Where'd you go?
I had to go get a cover because once we pour this in, okay.
Oh, you want me to do it again?
No, I got it.
All right.
Do it nice and there we go. And we'll cover that.
Nice.
So we made a minimal. Well, we made a little bit of a mess.
Well, that's what my mother used to do. It's comforting to me to see that somebody else does that too.
Grab this real
Okay.
quick. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll just incorporate everything.
Okay, so far in there you have EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, and you've sort of done a little garlic saute in there.
Right.
You've taken the plum tomatoes that have been mushed quite expertly by me, by the way,
Yes.
and dumped them in. Now,
We're going to take a little bit of basil.
I think that's one of my favorite herbs.
Yes.
You know, herbs are wonderful. Whatever, they're aromatic, you want them near you, whatever, but basil, there's just something about basil.
We'll do a nice little chiffonade, which all it means is take your leaves of basil, roll them all together, and then chop.
Okay.
And we just take the basil, and you'll notice when we did the pomodoro sauce, I put it in first. This we're just gonna, we don't want it sauteed. It's
Oh,
just gonna
okay.
be in there. Just enhance it a little bit with the fresh basil herb taste.
Now, I would say that the garlic, the basil, is to taste.
Yes.
Right? Because I use so much basil. I'm like addicted to it in the summertime, especially when it's fresh. I walk out and I take a sprig and boom. I mean, I just use a lot of basil. I really do love it. So that's to taste, folks.
And you can take the basil afterwards, like you're saying, to taste. I know people will just cut up the way I did and just put it, you know, in its natural form right over top.
Yeah.
And just adds for more flavor. But basically, this is a couple minute sauce. Now, the only other thing we have to do is we have to add some salt and pepper.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Which we'll do the same thing.
No, you do it over there. I don't want.
Right
Yeah, you might as well.
We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 pinches.
Okay.
And 1, 2 pinches of pepper.
Now I have a question, and I may be jumping ahead here, but I have a question. When you make your basic sauce, whether it's filetto di pomodoro or marinara, you can add, I mean, we're very big on red pepper flakes.
Oh, absolutely.
So depending on the recipe, you would use either one of these sauces, add your red pepper flakes, if you wanted like a fra diavolo or something like that.
Yeah, well, the way we set this up right now, both our sauces, the way they're done, we call them like a mother sauce. It's a base sauce. Now from this, as we'll look into other segments that we do, we're going to teach you how you can incorporate these sauces to create a little bit more, let's say, exotic Italian dishes. You know? So right now, these are your basic sauces that, with something like this, you would do like an eggplant rollatini, eggplant parmigiana. Using a marinara sauce, the garlic, and the way the sauce is set up, it gives such a nicer taste where you taste the ricotta and all the cheeses that are in it. A basic pomodoro sauce, like we said, everyday pasta.
This one here, right?
Yep, everyday pasta. If you're doing a chicken parmesan or a veal parmesan with your meatballs, whatever, you would use this. You know, everyday sauce. And like I said, it's too basic, simple.
This is what we build on, in other words. If you had made a big pot of this, say, on one day, could you freeze it, and then as you were cooking other recipes, you pull it out and say, okay, now I'm going to add the hot peppers. Now I'm going to add the pecorino. That's a very economical, efficient way to do things, actually. Okay, good. All right. All right. What's next?
Basically, that's it. We let this simmer a couple minutes, and you want to taste, right?
No, I don't want you to look at me while I do this. It's so good, Bert. It really is.
I'm telling you, it's simple, and it's an excellent sauce. And this marinara sauce, a couple minutes, as soon as we bring it to a slight boil, it's done.
All right, tell you what, we'll take a break. As soon as we come back, I think the sauce will be finished, and we'll keep dipping. Folks, thanks for being with us. We had a great time. Be sure to tune in again in the coming weeks because we're going to bring you so many of your favorite recipes that come from our table to your table.
Yes, and as we say in Italy, tante belle cose, from myself, Chef Umberto.
And I'm Mizar Tourdieu. We'll see you next time.